There we go. We're up. So should we introduce the episode right off the bat this time to make up for last time? All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Will, what are we doing tonight?
We're going to talk about the multitude of the multi-dimensions of Marvel.
Oh, are we?
The preview came out and it was awesome.
Okay.
I'm sure Jeff doesn't care.
I don't, but
It had Patrick Stewart.
I know.
They're bringing the X-Men. I'm happy. I'm good. Okay, I'm good.
No, that's fine. You can talk about it. You can talk about it.
Yeah, you can gush
I'm
about it.
You
It's fine.
have a lot to be excited about.
I'm so happy. They can make everything right. It's going to be great. Or horribly wrong. I don't know. But they got the Illuminati. They got everything. It looks
The
amazing.
Illuminati.
Yeah. It's like the top brains of the world that run the world.
Like that Illuminati.
Essentially,
Yeah.
only these people have powers.
Well, you don't know.
Well, not just money.
Just money. Yeah, just money. Just mere.
They got
mere
money
coins.
too, somehow too.
Yeah. Well, I think if you had superpowers, you would be, by its very nature, rich.
You think
quickly.
that?
You would think, but
No.
Spider-Man's poor.
That's because they write him that way. If he actually took like a Spider-Man and released him in the world, he'd be fucking rich. Real
Yeah, he'd
quick.
get tons of endorsements.
Yeah. Well, or that, or he'd just like rob banks.
No, he's the hero.
Well, he's written that way. This is what I'm telling you. If you throw him, the Spider-Man, into the human simulator out there, known as real
Some
life.
good guy. Well, you'd get endorsements.
Yeah.
It'd be
No,
like
you couldn't. No, you absolutely couldn't get endorsements.
Why?
Because you can't make out a check to Spider-Man.
Peter Parker LLC.
yeah, he's got a shell
My
company.
fucking Dr. Doom's going to figure that one out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so you can't write a check to Spider-Man and
Straight cash, homie.
Nobody does that anymore.
If
he
you're
has
paying
to
the
take it.
superhero.
No, he's going to take. I'm going to
can
tell
pay
you
him
how
in
it's
crypto.
caught. So either if they straight cash homie Peter Parker, they say, Spider-Man, here's your bags of money. Okay. The problem here is that when Peter Parker goes to the bank, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to have him fill out the currency transaction log.
Right.
Any transaction greater than $10,000 in one day has to be logged.
Yeah.
They are going to tax his ass and via the IRS discover who Peter Parker is, right? They will say either you're dealing meth or you're Spider-Man. And one of those two things will get him in jail. Actually, both.
Well, that's why
Wander.
I would just go like, yeah, if I was Peter Parker, I'd just rob shit. So I'd knock over the Louvre.
You Breaking Bad it and have a car wash.
Yeah, there we go.
Parker's smart.
With a giant Spider-Man logo on it.
Okay, no, serious problem. Peter Parker is smart,
Doc
but
Ock, wash and wag.
he does not know how to buy and sell professional artwork to
Ooh,
launder money. He's
artwork.
not smart enough to do
Yeah.
it. He's not. That's not his stock and trade.
MJ would.
Okay.
She's of that world.
Number one, let's play this out the way that it's supposed to play. She would have nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, no, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because she'd only be interested in somebody with her level of relative fame, and she couldn't be with somebody like that because he couldn't display his fame. They couldn't go out anywhere. Like, she can't go to dinner with Spider-Man.
But she goes to bed with Spider-Man.
That's not important. It's
yeah.
being seen with the person that is
She's
Spider-Man.
always getting saved.
Yeah.
I know. But we're talking about placing this in a real-world scenario.
I guarantee he'd go dark in 10 minutes.
Well, then she
So-
runs the business.
Him? No way.
Absolutely.
That's
Him?
Spidey.
Okay, we give him a year. We beat him into it. So
No.
you're like, I have to fill out a 1040 for every one of these? He's like, yeah, you do. He's like, fuck this. I'm gonna go steal shit.
The one piece of this that you have going for you is typically whenever somebody that's been bullied gets a little bit of juice, they tend to stretch it a little bit too far. In their version, they're like, oh
Yeah.
no, responsibility. But typically bullies that get some authority, they like to push other people. It's short guy syndrome.
You mean bullies who get authority?
Correct.
Well, they remain bullies. You're
No, no,
talking
no.
about people who've
Been
been bullied.
bullied and then get authority.
Right.
Oftentimes,
Oh, they become crusaders. We're going to go fix the world.
well,
So-
either
Oh,
that,
there you go.
I've seen that
He's
happen.
gonna
Well,
solve the world.
yeah, but you overreach whenever you do that. I think that's your point, right?
well, no, that's where I was talking about short guy syndrome, where
Sure.
if you are a short guy and then somebody gives you a little bit of authority, you don't stick up for short guys, you pick on tall guys.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's your one argument.
Jews, whatever.
Yeah, well, he does live in New York.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That is one of the hot spots.
I thought he was in Queens. Isn't he in Queens?
Yes.
It's in New York.
Well, no, I understand. I was just trying to narrow it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
No, he lives in Queens. Well, he used to, but yeah, he lives and works in Manhattan, I think now.
oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
have no idea where it is right now.
They've again, this whole multiverse shit that you're so into is the whole reason that you don't, because they always fuck this over and then have to reset it every 5 years.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
And then sell more movie tickets.
Well, let's you bring in all those other worlds, and you can swap actors and not have it be like weird. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is fighting an evil version of himself.
Oh, it looks so cool.
Did they eliminate all the Chinese guys out of this one?
I didn't see any of them in the
Wong's
trailer.
in there.
Is he?
Yeah,
I
Wong's
don't
there.
remember.
Oh, actually, they actually have the first when Strange goes into Cosmertage, whatever. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but
Carmitage.
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 And he says, "Thank you, Ancient One." That guy's in this one. The guy that's missing a hand.
Oh, so obviously they don't care about the Chinese market.
Mordo?
No. The guy with the beard, and Doctor Strange doesn't go to the actual Ancient One, and he goes to the old man. He says, "Thank you for seeing me," and then she's just like, "Oh, no problem." And then the guy gets up, and she's like, "Oh, thanks." I guess he's in it too. I don't know. I looked at a breakdown of the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, there's no way I would have
Oh.
had a clue. But
When
there's
did
a
the trailer drop today?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't see it. I did see the Jurassic World one though.
It looked all right.
No, I disagree.
It looked. I mean, for a preview, it looked pretty cool.
Okay.
I get your whole we can just mow all these things
Yeah.
down in like an afternoon. I get
We're
it.
literally in like deer hunting territory. Yeah.
They're playing with the other
So,
animals.
The other
and-
guy's in like the swamp, and it's like, yeah, this is full of those guys with those boats with the big fans and the shotguns.
Right.
So they're gonna bag you too.
Well, I hadn't realized this until I watched that trailer.
Okay.
Okay. What I want you to think about is the fiercest creatures on this planet, legitimately, that aren't human.
That aren't human?
Correct. And I want you to think about how many of them are on specific lists because we've killed too many of them.
Oh,
Yeah, most of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're telling me that a new fierce predator came out,
that doesn't have lasers or something.
And more of them.
that was called Dino Riders, and
Yeah.
we worked with them. That's how dinosaurs work in this. If they're mounted with heavy artillery, because then it's just mobile warfare.
Right.
But if you're telling me that a Barrett 50 cal would put an exit wound in one of these things the size of a beach ball.
Oh yeah.
It's like Wolverine. They just.
Right, in this
I don't
dumb
think
movie version of
yeah,
things
maybe in this
where-
dumb
Oh
version,
my
the
God.
dinosaurs do actually heal themselves. So
Well, remember in that one where the what was it called, the Super Megalo Rex? What did they call it?
The
Indominus.
Indominus Rex, yeah.
It found the light bulb and LED in its skin.
The thing was like this fucking big. It was like 6 inches. Man, I was like, when did they jam this into you, brother? So-
Why do you have to make it proportional to
Yeah.
the size of the
It
animal?
looked like a TV tube.
And if you didn't want it removed, Why didn't you just plant it in its rectum? Because if it wants to take it out,
Right, it's gonna kill
boy,
itself.
that's going to be a real problem.
Yeah,
Or
plant
you
it right,
put it
like
where
right
you
in
put
between
all
its
the
heart and
other-
its
true. Yeah,
lungs.
you're right.
Where do you
yeah.
put it with every other animal alive? Right in the back of the neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, plot holes are plenty. It's just dinosaurs.
No, your argument for the previous one still stands, where the dinosaurs look cool.
They do.
They do.
It looks
Dinosaurs
really
do
cool
look cool.
playing with the regular animals and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they would play.
The movie
So-
itself looks fucking
It
retarded.
looks retarded. It looks so bad, man. See, Jeff Goldblum even looks like ancient in it, man. It's like
He is ancient.
No, he's not that bad, man. He didn't even look that bad in his apartment.com's commercial. But this one, it's like he's got a 4-day beard growth. And it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, man. Can I help you up? Do you need me to change you? You know, so, you know.
No, actually, the one that looks like he aged the best was Sam Neill, because he
absolutely.
looked a little bit old in the original.
Yeah, Laura Dern didn't look bad either, but we
No.
just saw her in Star Wars.
We just saw her in Star Wars. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
yeah, reprising herself as the worst part of Star Wars history. Welcome back.
Was she the worst part of Star Wars history?
Yeah, she's the one that broke all of physics in Star
Oh,
Wars.
yeah, she's the one who rammed the ship.
Forever.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
her only story arc is she might be a secret asshole
Right,
instead of just a regular asshole.
right. It might just be a secret asshole. God, that movie was bad.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
it's the last Star Wars movie I've seen.
Well, I saw that last one.
I have not seen the last one.
That movie is a pile of crap.
How are you
Yeah.
not tempted to just watch it just to see how...
It's just like the hate in my heart, you know,
Yeah.
for this
You have
series.
Disney Plus?
I do not.
Okay,
so,
so
but I've
it's
seen
not-
it pop up on TBS a couple times.
Oh,
where
it
they
does,
do the
yeah.
marathons
Yeah,
and shit.
that's true.
And it's just like, nah, I'm not gonna watch that. So,
Well, I would understand him not doing it because he refuses commercials. But you're probably the same way, too.
what with commercials?
Or just refuse...
No, I have YouTube TV. I don't mind commercials. So I watch very little TV that is non just like straight up YouTube anymore. So like I watch the news. I used to watch football. So
That's done
I
for
may
6
watch
months.
baseball.
That depends on baseball.
That depends on baseball.
Big
Yeah.
blade right now.
Yeah. So that depends on baseball. And then like some of the other things are just going to be like, you know, just like when I get up in the morning, I'll turn on like
Just
you
to
know,
have something.
Yeah, just to have something. I'll turn on CNBC, so just to see what's on.
Oh, Street Signs Europe.
Street Science, yeah. Well, it's almost always power lunch by the time I get up. So, but yeah, it's just like it's okay. So, how are my raviolis doing? Oh, not so good. How are my retirements doing?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
you know
that's
because
good.
we know that ravioli is slang for crypto.
Yeah.
What I don't know is what is regular stock?
Ooh, spaghettis? No,
Well, this is the pasta family.
spaghettios.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know, man. So, like regular stocks, I don't know how we got to calling it raviolis.
I don't remember.
It happened on a podcast.
It did,
Yeah.
but I can't remember where that came from. I just don't know why there's not a foodstuff associated with regular stock.
Regular stocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if it belongs in the pasta family.
No, I mean maybe it's something
Call
that's
it like beans and rice or something.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is
How you beans and rice doing, man? So
yeah. It's. I feel like those should be like pork chops or something. Something
pork chops, I like it.
Something
Yeah,
in the meat family.
definitely pork chops. I
Yeah.
like that one.
It's
yeah,
It's almost like the regular stock market is steak and potatoes, and then crypto is canned ravioli.
it's canned ravioli. Yeah, steak and potatoes. No, my steak and potatoes haven't been done too good this week either. Everybody's like freaked out about inflation, man. So
I think they're right to be.
I think so too. Yeah, I'm slowly becoming convinced. So.
It's lasted long enough.
Well, I don't drive anywhere,
right.
So I don't know what gas is at right now. It's like $8 or something.
Paid $3.64 for mine.
Oh,
It
okay.
didn't seem that.
It doesn't seem
it's
too.
not crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, for winter, I guess it kind of is because usually it's in like the 2 something.
yeah.
Like
No,
for
I
summer.
was noticing it in groceries. So
Yeah.
the other day.
Food's expensive,
It
and
is expensive.
there are certain
Eating
foods-
out's not much more expensive though. So, well, I don't do it as much as you do. What have you noticed?
Like my regular meal will be like $10 from a fast food thing, unless you get one of their
Yeah.
bag stuff.
Okay.
Before it was like 8 or something.
The only thing I noticed it was pizza, but I thought that was
It's
a COVID
20%.
premium.
Yeah, it's 20%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah, that is significant. I guess it's how often you do it.
Yeah, pretty much. I will say that this week I went off the reservation to look for new breakfast burritos to try,
Oh.
and I have a new winner in the breakfast burrito game.
Where?
Taco John's?
No,
He didn't go on post, man.
No, go ahead.
what a weird question. I feel like somebody broke into my house and asked, "What taco place would you wipe your ass with?" And then somebody out of nowhere said Taco John's.
Taco John's. I
Yeah.
heard it too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Fuzzy's Taco has
Oh.
amazing breakfast burritos with no chopped up peppers in them.
Yeah.
No potatoes?
You can get potatoes.
Oh, where's
Beautiful.
Fuzzies?
It's up north.
Fuzzy's is right over. There's a
Oh,
Dunkin'
yeah,
Donuts.
that's
Yeah.
right, that's right.
Yeah.
It's on
Okay.
Powers. There's another one on I-25.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking. I was like, you didn't go all the way over there.
No, I had them bring it to
You
me.
don't leave. Oh,
Yeah, no, I've heard good things about that. So,
Well, I've had their regular.
Yeah, I've had their
tacos.
regular
They're
too.
quite nice, but their
Yeah.
breakfast burritos are on point. They are not jam packed with superfluous shit.
nice.
interesting.
Yes, very impressed. That is my endorsement of the week.
Okay. Fuzzy's Tacos, breakfast burrito,
Yes,
DoorDash.
yes, got it. Correct.
Yeah.
I think they might DoorDash, but they got to charge.
It's a hike.
Something for me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for you? Yeah.
That'd be a charge.
Might be worth it.
I'll just drive and get it.
No, I'm
I think that would be more so if you're in the area. If Fuzzy seems like a target of opportunity, I don't think that you make the trip out to
Yeah.
Colorado Springs proper.
It's always so busy there too. So
I don't know, for breakfast.
Well,
I don't know about breakfast though.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't go.
Oh,
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean for him.
me, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what the traffic adjusts here, because as the Whataburger opens next week,
Where is that?
I don't know, but it's
It's gonna jam up traffic.
but it is going to tickle the Colorado Springs desire for
Right.
a new thing.
Ooh, new thing.
And
Yeah.
hopefully that will draw some traffic away.
Well, it'll definitely draw it away from the In-N-Out. So this one over here has still been bananas. So
I haven't rested yet.
yeah, no, I've driven by it like 3 times and like, nope. Next time I was like, it's been a couple weeks. Nope. And then like months later, it's like, let's try it. No. So
Not waiting that long for a burger.
dude, the one up north is still like
Oh,
that,
no.
man. So, so it's not as bad because I ate there the first week.
Did you?
Yeah.
You brave.
Well, I went at like 1 o'clock in the morning because they're open till 1:30.
Oh, okay.
And so it was still a really long line, but it was like a Tuesday too. It wasn't even a Friday night.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine when the fucking drunks pile in there. But
Oh god, it's got to be terrible. So, well, the cops probably just like stake it out. So,
that's true.
You're
And
all coming here.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they allowed would
To
they be-
run a Dewey checkpoint at a fast food place.
Are you allowed?
It'd be funny.
If In-N-Out gave I mean, then people wouldn't go back, so I don't think they'd.
what, like actually in the drive-through?
Yeah.
They like trap you in there?
Well, I mean, you're stuck in that whole line if they're just like,
Oh my god, we
breathe.
shouldn't publish this. They might not have thought of this.
well, they have to have In-N-Out permission.
Maybe?
I mean, God, I don't know.
I don't know.
What fucking Roscoe P. Coltrane asshole at the CSPD is hearing this and being like,
Dude, I don't know. There was a really interesting article in the Indy the other day where the CSPD had actually infiltrated our local BLM.
Oh.
Yeah, and so they had this one officer who was posing as this leftist who was going to like participate in all these things like rent unions or tenant
Really?
unions and stuff like that.
oh shit.
Yeah, and so anyway, they wind up arresting a couple of these guys who had been meeting at like what's the old bookstore down there?
Poor Richards?
I think it might have been. Might have been
place
Chinook.
next. Yeah. the place next to Poor
Yeah,
Richards.
yeah.
Tied. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, apparently there was like some kind of group that had been like, doing like bullshit podcasts and organizing like tenants unions and stuff like that. And they got infiltrated by the CSPD and they picked up a couple guys and they said well, we don't monitor like political entities and stuff like that. This is actually a criminal investigation. So we'll have to wait a couple days to see what they actually charge.
What they
them
actually
with.
charge with. Yeah, because I'm very curious about what kind of penny ante terrorism these guys were
Exactly, man. It's Al Qaeda in the car wash again. It's in fucking Colorado Springs, man. Just freaking out about shit.
Oh my god!
And of course, there was the ND that was interviewing these guys.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh yeah, this is, represents a dark cloud on freedom of speech in a city and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that guy was probably slinging meth, wasn't he?
Right.
I guess we'll find out on Tuesday.
Right. Because they're not going to get you for that. They're going to get you for...
No, they don't give a shit. Colorado Springs has far fewer cops than people think it does, man.
For how big it is.
We don't have like
Wide.
battalions of police.
Well, this was something that people were shocked by. Where, do you remember a couple of weeks ago when the NYPD had their parades for their fallen officers? And
no,
It was a
fill
few
me
months
in.
ago.
Yeah.
it was a few weeks ago.
The 2 officers that got killed.
No.
Um,
Was this like last summer? Those two guys who got ambushed?
No, this was
month ago, maybe?
Oh,
pretty
okay.
recent
No,
stuff.
I don't know. Fill me in.
I don't remember the full
I
details,
don't remember who.
but they were ambushed, if I recall. It
Yes,
was-
and like executed. Like they were
Okay.
already down, and the guy came up over them and just
Yeah.
put some more.
Walter White.
It was for the
Yeah,
purpose
yeah.
of killing cops.
Right.
That was 100% deliberate. But the thing that they pointed out is in Manhattan, when they walk down the streets, it looks like a full-on World War II march with how many police they have in the
They
city.
got like 20,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many they
Yeah.
got.
Now, I'm not saying they don't need it based on population.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But given the fact that the place is, it's 18 miles long? Less than that?
I don't remember.
Like
I think
from-
it's like
from-
14.
Yeah, like from top to bottom. I'm not talking wide. I think
only
that's
like
5
2
miles.
miles,
Something
yeah.
like that. But like the length of it is like,
It's somewhere around 10.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, it's an island. Where can you go? Right?
Right.
But yeah, based on population. But yeah, when you think about what we have in comparison to how
Sure.
much distance you've got to cover, it's not.
Oh, it's not even crazy. I mean, it's not even remotely the same. So in terms of density, I mean, shoot, Manhattan goes from like what? If you placed it on this city, it'd go.
Start with
If you anchored it down at PPCC down in the south, you might make it up to Interquest. So
via Academy or
via I-25.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about 10. I think that's about 14 miles, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes
Oh, and maybe makes it out to Academy.
like
Tops.
Bradgate or
Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of east-west.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. No, I can't remember where I read that somewhere. Yeah, but like the NYPD is not only, if I'm not mistaken, the largest police force in the United States. It's like bigger than most states' National Guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know how big the state's National Guard is.
that's a good question. So I had a buddy in my PhD program who was an administrator. So with the National Guard. He didn't seem very busy.
We never asked. We knew guys that were in the National Guard too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I ever knew anybody who was in the Air National Guard, though. Because I know we have, like, F-15s or something. I've seen those. So,
That's where the cool kids go.
that's when you're an airline pilot during the week. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
That
Sure.
makes a lot of sense. I was like, dude, yeah, just sign up and throw me in a plane.
Oh, right.
Cool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We're going to train you up from scratch, son. Sign here. Press R, 3 copies. Congratulations. You're a fighter pilot. Yeah.
You want me to fly this?
You want to fly this? Yeah. You said you wanted to be a pilot, right? Yeah.
So okay, I can do that,
Yeah.
but
Do you want it back or what?
Put your phone down.
Well, no, it's the danger of like how much of a child you are when you're over there fucking strafing Mitchell High School.
Flying under overpasses,
How many hours have you logged, son? Well, I've played the game thousands of hours. I'm good.
Yeah, with this hour, 1.
Yeah. I did that one time in that Microsoft Flight Simulator. I took my Cessna 172 and flew it under the Royal Gorge.
Ooh.
It was really hard.
Did you do it on the first try?
No.
No.
Did you actually like feel the nervous jitterings as you're like trying to navigate?
Yeah, and it was also like, I can't remember. I think I was playing that game. Yeah, I was playing that game on my new rig. But that game was still kind of chunky. So if you got too close to the ground, if you got too close to the ground, I mean, it still ran smooth at like 60 FPS, but the terrain would get a little chunky on you. Especially in those mountainous areas because it's all done off satellite, shit.
Yeah.
So
Satellite interpolation from the
satellite interpolation. That's right.
Unless it was one of the handcrafted. It wouldn't surprise me if the Royal Gorge or the Grand Canyon was something actually hand designed.
I think that Grand Canyon was. I flew over that once, and it was actually really
surprised,
accurate. Yeah. But the Royal Gorge was not. But you could see the bridge, so maybe they did put that in there.
Did you go right into the bridge one time?
No, I crashed into the left side, and then I crashed in the right side, and I crashed on the left side again, and then I made it.
You know what? What you're exposing to me is that I feel less bad for all those TIE fighter pilots that like dinged off. This is probably way harder than it looks.
It was shockingly harder than it looks. Yeah. Do you remember playing TIE Fighter? They had you run that obstacle course in the beginning of the game. So where you had to go through like the wheels that were spinning and shit. And
Yeah.
It makes it. I mean, with that, it was the old like Thrustmaster joystick. It was like wee, but then doing it like in the actual Cessna 172, where it's like flaps. what are flaps?
Well, on top of that too, in those things, there's also that component of all right. So the joystick will go all this way,
right? Okay,
but when you're playing the game on the real settings, they're like, well, if you pull it all that way, you'll pull the wings off.
Right?
You can't make a turn like this.
Yeah, the plane won't let you do this and not die.
Especially when you play it like an arcade racing game where it's like, I don't brake, I just let up on the gas.
Yeah.
Right? So you're trying to take these turns at, full speed because that's as far as it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I played GTA 5 that way. So
it's a game. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Right?
So especially when you got the dune buggy. It was just like, nah. I'm protected in this roll cage. So,
consequences.
Take the pizza slice.
As long as I'm rich.
As long as I'm rich. Yeah.
So if you did pull up as max hard as you can on the flight sim, would your wings literally tear off? And like you could see that?
I never played on, because there were like settings on there where you could have like the realistic flight model, and then you had like aircraft damage, or like something could happen to your aircraft. I always had that off because it was like, well, okay, you think it's like this, thing where I rip my own wings off, when it's actually like, no, you blew a spark plug and your engine went out.
That was uneventful.
Well, no, that's terrifying. So when you're flying around and your engine goes out,
does it show like you go like straight into the ground and like all that, or does it just be like and it goes to like a blank screen?
It goes to a blank screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how William's thinking about it. I like how he's going so far into the simulation where it's not just the damage, it's you crashing. Then it's like a week later at the wake.
Yeah.
And
You got a wreath on the
water. And if your wife is Italian, she's like throwing herself on the casket.
It's not like that?
No, the screen goes black. Would you like to start again? Yeah. Dude, it is like literally the most calming game,
Oh, there is something
what about
his
when you hit
version.
the wall of the canyon?
It just went black.
Like soon as you touch, or like before?
It kind of like fades.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a couple moments because like most of the time you just like flying around. It's like driving a bus. It's like, can I follow the nav beacons? Can I actually figure out which direction I'm supposed to land in and stuff like that? And when you start it out, it's got all these like boxes that'll put on there, and so it's like fly through the box, you know. And then, oh, this is the landing powder. Fly through these boxes, you know. And then after a while, you turn that shit off and you try and do it right. And then you turn on the ATC, and you know, guys are talking to you and shit. You know, it's kind of fun. And then, yeah, you have this instance where it's like, well, maybe I'll turn the weather on, and all of a sudden it's like blowing snow fucking sideways. And you're like, I can't see anymore. It's like, I guess flying to Gunnison in the middle of December was a bad idea. You know?
You got a point, because there's this component of you that as you're playing it with all those sliders up, at least this is what I was like doing. I was like, the further it was going on, yeah, I'm like picturing their salary going down, and when you're just doing that like baseline like gliding stuff, and just adjusting the things so that you're like, I've got you down to about $12.50 an hour,
Right.
and then and then as soon as Snowflake 1 or Wind Gust 1 comes in, it's like, ooh, high 5 figures, possibly 6.
Right.
And then you try to land the thing, and you're like, $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, well, and especially when you hop into like the Airbus, and it's like there's a stick, but what are all these buttons? You know? And like everything is modeled in there, and it's 100%. Even the whole ACAR system, which you know is basically its onboard computer, it works just like the real one does, and so it's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the 172. You know.
Did you like white knuckle it through the blizzard? Like, did you find yourself like
I
super
died,
tense?
William. Yeah. So my windshield iced over instantaneously, and I couldn't see.
Oh my
And I
gosh!
don't have like this, like, you know, pilot sense to look at my altimeter immediately. All right, or actually, it's your attitude indicator. Where I was literally doing like, a 90-degree down. So while I was trying to figure out, I was like, well, am I spinning? So whereas if I was actually in the plane, I'd be floating like this. So I'm just sitting here in my basement on my computer with the MSNBC on, or the CNBC on over there, telling me about my steak and potatoes.
Yeah.
All right, and so I'm not noticing that I am flying straight into the ground. So, and then it's, you have crashed, and then fade back. I don't know, I got maybe a good 100, 200 hours out of that game.
Look, it's a great game.
It was really cool.
It's a great game. I didn't give it the full investment that I wanted to. I just got into something. I think I started playing Cyberpunk, actually. I think that's what got me out of it.
Oh, yeah, that was probably about the same time.
Yeah. And I just never went back.
I might have to download that again. I saw that they did a great big update on it, just like yesterday,
Like
the day
with
before.
content, or...
No, not with content, just with like the couple of people that I saw, and one of whom I followed for a while has been very critical of the game. He's kind of critical. He's kind of cranky about all games, though, so I don't know if that's really saying anything. He's a Forbes guy. You might have run into him.
What's his name?
I don't remember. I'll see if I can find it. But I know there's a couple of them, but one of them is like particularly cranky on anything that's like, you know, not perfect, you know. So yeah. But anyway, he was like, yeah, this is a really good game. It looks really smooth. They implement all the ray tracing and shit in it now and stuff. And so
Well, it was there before. It just...
I didn't have it turned on. So
Oh,
yeah, what do you got a 2080 Ti, don't you? Well, you got a better one now, don't you?
well, I had at the time I had a 2080 Super, which handled it just fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've got a 3080. I've got a 3090.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I have to switch them off money. Prefer not to.
Ravioli production. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, they said like the new content was basically like customization, quality of life shit, and all kinds of stuff. And so I don't think they added any chapters to it though. So I don't know if they're going to. It's been like a year and a half.
You know, they for all the shit people talked about it. I don't know. Sometimes you got to look at the product that you get versus what you thought you were going to get or what was promised. And I guess that's part of the issue was I didn't sit there and look at the hype train shit all day long and say like, oh, this is supposed to be this is supposed to be this. Video games have been promising everything since day one.
Oh,
so, you know, very rarely do they actually deliver on these things. And when they do, a lot of times it's just not fun.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes very realistic tank simulators come out, and
they're terrible.
Is there a particular game that you...
M1 Abrams Tank Platoon 2.
Yeah, that rolled off the tongue pretty well.
Oh, yeah. This is a game back in the 90s that I waited like 3 years for because I played the fuck out of the first one. In its old CGA 4-color glory.
And when the second one came out, what rating did PC Gamer give it?
PC Gamer and their simulation dude gave it a 10 out of 10. So said it's fantastic. The game was hot fucking garbage. Yeah.
That good, huh?
It was terrible, dude. So
You tried to like it so hard.
I tried so hard to love that game. So, and only after a while. And so you like run this tank platoon, so it had even this like little RPG element in it where you're like tank platoon commander, and so you go around and you name all your guys, and so I name everybody from like high school and shit in there. You guys were all fucking dead within 3 days. You know, and so just because it was like, this is ridiculously difficult. So yeah, it was absolutely insanely difficult game. And just the way that like the individual scenarios kind of generated in it, you were like almost guaranteed to be fucked on every single one. And so after a while, it was just like, this game is not fun. This game is excruciating. So yeah, and I mean, I've run into other like war games like kind of like hype, you know, not as bad as that one. So that, you know, it was so bad. And I waited so long for it to come out. So back in the day with PC Gamer, where it'd say, well, what's next? And so, you know, you get this article that would drop in there. And be like, oh, this looks fucking sweet. And you sit there and watch its development, you know, because they give you updates like every issue or so. And then next thing you know, oh, it's put off for another year. And you're like, oh, that's okay.
Right.
You know, but then after a little while, it's like, come on. And then finally they would drop and you'd be like, yay. And you'd run down to Babbage's and there it is, you know, and then bring it home and install it. And then, oh, it doesn't run. I need to modify my my config SYS again in order to get this thing to work, or my auto exec bat.
Isn't Jurassic Park Trespasser the poster boy for that exact like there's a yearly article about how it's coming out and what it's changing? And
yeah, so they did that a lot because they actually pumped out a pretty cool looking like teaser video like maybe 2 years before it actually
like
dropped.
The conceptual.
Yeah.
And
it was on one of those discs that came in that fucking magazine. I was like, oh, this looks really fucking cool. So, but at least they were cool about saying, wow, it's at least a year out. So we're like, okay. So, but then when it got really close, everybody's like, oh, this is fucking cool. That one actually did get a shitty review because people recognized it for the hot pile of garbage it was.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I actually, unlike Tank Platoon 2, I learned to love that game.
Well, I think the active is so. What you're looking for is warts and all. You don't. You accept the shortcomings of the game as part of the charm.
Yeah.
Right. And I totally understand that. This is, look, once I'd conquered the ancient world through money in CK2, that did not stop it from being a bad game, but that, like, I could look at this and say that the system that you left in here is so flawed that, no, and I'm only saying that because I can't ignore this and play the game, right? And just say, well, I'm not going to play it without, you know, exploiting money. No, that's not how my brain works. Right. There's not a version of me that says, well, what's honest? I don't know. Making cash in games is all I'm good at.
Well, yeah. And I got to give you some credit on that one. I used to watch a lot of guys play CK2, YouTubers and whatnot. Even that British guy who does the exploits. I haven't seen anybody break it the way that you did.
You saw the pictures. You saw the change.
It was insane.
You saw the way that I broke the game by being able to... It had a finite supply of mercenaries.
Yeah.
And if I could hire them all so that nobody else could,
Yep.
if
It was
I
fucking brilliant, man.
if I stomp, because that was the thing, is if I stomp your country in 2 or 3 turns, then I'm not bleeding out, hemorrhaging money,
Right.
right?
You're just collecting money from it now.
Correct.
And then the next time someone picks a war on you, you just buy all the mercenaries.
You guys can't afford them, and even if you can, I'm gonna let you buy the crap ones.
Yeah, I'll get all the good ones and make this like 200K doom stack. Yeah.
I'm telling you. Well, and that's not a fault of the. Well,
It is the fault of the game.
Well, the way that you figured out how to make money by giving all the cities to one dude. That was broken. Yeah. And then all you had to do was make nice with that one dude, right?
yeah.
And everybody else, they could be bitching left and right, but you're like, whatever, I've got all the cash.
But that was the
because
thing.
This
They-
guy likes me.
They'd be the target of their aggression, not
Right,
me.
yeah.
So when you had one guy that was the mayor of about 60 cities,
Yeah.
Holy cow.
so he
Jeff
drew.
didn't have a mayor, he had a vizier.
So anybody that had shade to throw, they were going to throw it at him,
Yeah.
right? Because when all was said and done, my title for having control over the whole empire is me being, grand impregnator of whatever, which was always my civ title.
I remember that.
And then you break down the individual kingdoms. You give these to these people who are loyal to you. If they infight, my problem. You still answer to me. That's great. Hate each other all you want. Assassinate each other all you want. You're still under my shit.
Yes.
And what they would do on top of that, this is where you would get free stuff, right? Is that these lunatics would be out there marrying people out in Asia and shit like this. So you'd be hanging out and then boom, a big chunk of this, Poland becomes Britannia or whatever.
Part of Jeff alone.
Right? And then you see huge chunks just start doing this because then they start fighting.
Right.
But all you're doing is just pushing paperwork at the top of the end saying, not my problem.
You're literally Jeff Bezos in it.
So that's, I don't want to say it's a strike against the game. I can't play it any other way now that
Yeah.
I've broken it. But
Now, you never played 3, did you?
yes, I did.
Oh, you did that in 3 as well?
No, because the interface of 3 was so goddamn cumbersome, I
Yeah.
couldn't make it more than about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I turned mine back in too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate this. Now,
Yeah.
granted, it's probably better now, but
Hopefully.
when I played it, it was so unintuitive and crappy compared to the second one. It's like, all you had to do was keep it the same.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of clunky, but you did like learn your way around it after a little bit.
Dude, I couldn't figure out it in 2 until you sat down with me and said, Jeff, press this button.
Yeah.
And then press that button. Because that is the definition of the first time I saw that interface and there was all this crap. And I was like, Patrick, I can't enjoy this. I don't know.
It's not
what to
going to work
do.
for me.
And you're like, no, let me, stupid, come.
Is it sensory overload kind of thing?
It kind of, well, it's information overload. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It's just you know how like Homer Simpson only pressed like 2 buttons on his console, but he had like 80? That's kind of where I was. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't, but I don't know if this does anything. Maybe one of these will stop the meltdown.
Yeah.
And then I died
That's
anyway.
what the bobbing bird's for.
Yeah. Yeah.
The brick on a stick. Yeah. Or on a string. Yeah.
The dog.
The dog.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
but Homer.
What do you still play Madden?
Ah,
No, gave up
Not
on
really.
that.
I just haven't had time to divest into a
Oh, okay.
full-on game yet.
Yeah.
Someday. I have no idea what I'd want to do.
Yeah.
But that's what the Game Pass is for.
That's true.
Hack
Yeah, it's
away
on
through
there.
some
That's true.
stuff
What did
and-
you tell me to get on Game Pass the other day?
I downloaded Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's also where I played the original Quake. They're all on there. Yeah. Here's what you can't do. Don't play it with a controller. It's weird.
Oh, really?
It's weird. Either play it with a mouse or don't play it, because if you use it with a controller, Quake 1 is you're on ice skates.
Yeah.
It is so bizarre.
Yeah, I do remember that. We always played Quake 2 on a controller, though. That was Super
Yes.
Nintendo,
Yes.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Because it was made for that.
Or no, that was N64, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was on the Super Nintendo, I think it would have been like turn-based.
Turn-based. It would have been XCOM.
Oh, God damn it, no!
It's back.
I've been so pissed if we're playing Quake 2 and it's... You're moving the dude to the corner and it says,
I'm out of movement points. We bagged on XCOM pretty hard the last couple episodes.
But we came
Yeah.
clear. We said, just because it's not for us doesn't mean it's bad.
That's true.
That game has a loyal following for a reason. It's well made.
XCOM.
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 Yeah, it's an oldie. It's been around a long time. There's been so many iterations of it. Yeah, but it's a play style that it's like playing. What was that game that we used to buy those? Well, I didn't buy them, but
HeroClix.
HeroClix. It's like HeroClix.
Oh,
Almost.
okay.
So you got this map, and you kind of
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Huh. Interesting.
yeah, nah.
Nah?
Yeah,
Well, all
Could
right.
be right up my alley.
it might be.
Might be.
Yeah.
The problem with HeroClix was it turns out I was way less interested in the game and way more interested in just buying.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so if they gave me all the characters already, I don't have to go.
I don't know if you'd be happy with it. Did you not like the collection aspect of it, or?
Oh no, I love the collection actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't buy them in boxes. I'd just be like, that was when I was in the oil field. I was like,
Oh, that's right.
eBay. I'm like, you, you,
That's right.
you. Wow, that one's really cool.
Yay, eBay.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
I'm going to overspend for these because I don't want to buy a bunch of boxes and get shield warrior or shield trooper and who's got a mangled face and
Oh
his
man.
arm looks like he's melting and yeah, all these other worthless ninja hands and all these things.
Look, there's a lot of characters in there that have the gout. But no, I can't tell you how many. I have a lot of boomerangs and I have a lot the constrictor.
I didn't even know that was a
The
character until
constrictor, I know. And I remember the Italian that we used to hang out with.
Huh.
He kept buying those over and over again because he wanted the Punisher.
Yeah.
And when they got the Punisher, it was
ugly as
ugly and the stats were terrible.
Yeah.
You wouldn't play with it. But he just wanted the Punisher.
God, he was poor back then too.
I know.
Yeah, he was poor.
We
back
were
then.
like deciding whether we were going to buy HeroClix or eat lunch that day.
Well, that used to be when we go to fucking King Supers before, like, we'd actually go out. We go, well, what are we going out to eat tonight? He's like, no, we want to go buy some HeroClix. And so you just go to King Supers instead. Buy the fucking thing of chicken. So, remember? Yeah, Kevin used to do that.
Well, yeah, okay, if you want to talk about like the real ugly memories of that is watching that dude pound a half gallon of eggnog.
Oh, God, yes, I remember that. Do you remember that, Will?
I do.
Yeah.
I've never actually had eggnog.
Oh, it's not bad, but a half gallon
It's
of it,
so
it's like
sweet.
drinking motor oil, man.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember, eggnog came out 2 times in the year. Remember when there were?
Halloween and Christmas.
Remember the
Halloween.
orange?
Orange eggnog for
Oh.
Halloween. Yeah.
I've never noticed that one.
Like, you're supposed to drink that shit in a glass no bigger than this. This
Yeah.
is
And it's supposed to be half bourbon, too.
right.
Yeah.
In fact, there are smaller cups that you should use
Yeah.
for this. The
You would
espresso
drink that
cups,
whole quart
Oh,
of it, man.
right.
just straight from the tap.
Yeah. Ugh. So,
I mean,
but those were the days, yeah. When you go out, actually just go to King Supers or something, and just get snacks. So,
yeah, because we were gonna just sit there and play video games all
Yeah.
night, and you know,
well, most of the time we go out to eat.
but sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes not.
sometimes you just went out and got a whole bunch of Slim Jims and
Yep.
or whatever those crappy little pizzas.
With the Totino's pizzas?
Yeah.
You get the pizza rolls?
Yeah.
I actually got Totino's pizzas maybe like a month ago. So they were just well, no, I guess it was longer than that. It was before Christmas.
It's not bad though.
No, they're great, man. But yeah, that's
They're the
not
worst.
good food for you.
Oh, I'm
But
not,
it's just one of those things where I was sitting there on the Instacart and it said, this is on
just
sale. And I was
popped
like, fuck yeah. So, and I ate those within a week. And I was like, man, these are good, but they're just like, it's like a bowl of ramen, I mean, you got to have one every now and then.
I had the Batman pizza.
The
Have
Batman?
you seen the
hell is
commercial?
the
for that?
Batman?
You
What is
don't
the
ever
Batman
see
pizza?
commercials.
No, sorry, I don't.
From Little Caesars.
I don't trust this.
Whoa.
So, it's
Whoa.
shaped as like a bat, so it's got the round wings that curl in, and then the head and the tail is like cheese bread folded in on itself with the top pepperoni inside. So,
Man, they sound desperate, dude.
actually,
Oh, was it pretty good?
I didn't get sick, so I usually do when I eat
What a
Little
bar.
Caesars.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, Little Caesars does buku business, man.
Do they?
It's so cheap.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you go to a Little Caesars, there is always traffic in and out, no matter what time of day it is. And
Yeah.
if it's anywhere close to 5 o'clock, forget it.
I tried to get the other kids to, because William had 2 kids sleep over and Olivia had 1, so we had 5 kids at the house, and I was like, we're getting pizza. I was like, how about Papa John's? No, Little Caesars. Well, how about, no, Little Caesars. I was like, all right.
Kids
Little
like
Caesars.
Little Caesars?
Love Little Caesars.
Interesting.
They all wanted Little Caesars. And then one of them was like, can we get the Batman pizza? I was like, no,
Yes.
why not?
Why not? Yeah. We may as well.
Yeah.
So,
Otherwise, it's just cheese because Olivia will eat like half of a large pizza.
oh my goodness.
She loves that stuff.
My daughter's getting there. So, she's still just so skinny. So, yeah, she
All
just.
your,
Oh my god.
all of your
Real
children.
I can't
are-
feed my kid enough Oreos to get her to, stop growing vertically. So,
like to try. You hold her down and just
yeah, exactly. It's
Funnel
just
it
like
in.
funnel, man. It's like child miracle grow, man.
Right.
So, well, lately her thing has been M&Ms. So,
oh my god.
I know, man. And even then, she's just like, her legs are like this, man.
Oh,
Do you still have Halloween candy?
Oh, no, that doesn't live that long.
Oh,
So,
we still have boxes of it.
why?
'Cause each
You
one
just
of them-
don't eat them? Oh.
I don't know what goes wrong. Well, William doesn't really eat much candy, so his thing just stays full until like summertime. Then I dump all the boxes into one box and then offer them all to the neighborhood kids.
Yeah.
But,
Actually, this year, I don't think my daughter went trick-or-treating.
oh,
No, she had a party instead.
Oh.
Yeah, and so she only got a couple things of candy and ate those, brought them back. Yeah, I don't know if she'll go trick or treating next year.
do any of your people you go trick or treating to have like ones that give out shots to the parents?
No, I don't go. I man the fort.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm the guy who passes out the candy.
we just put a bowl in the.
No, I pass out the candy. Yeah,
I do the bowl.
yeah. No, that's
Well,
fine.
I can't. She goes ape shit if they bring the goddamn bowl.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. No. I man the fort. So, and I distribute the candy. So, and I screen out repeat offenders.
Ah.
So,
Now there's like 3 houses on our just like our little walkthrough that had drinks for the adults
Oh.
and stuff. I was
No.
like, holy cow!
no, I don't think there's anybody
That's
in my neighborhood. that does
exceptionally
that.
bougie.
It's very bougie. Yeah,
That's
so that's
bougie.
very bougie.
Yeah.
So you have like the moms with the wine glass walking around.
Oh, yeah,
my
yeah.
God, yeah. That is great. So
Because we got like realtors that live in our area, and so they'll have
that answers a
their
lot of
cards
questions.
attached to everything. So, like, you can grab your can of beer, you can grab your, like, they had beer koozies, they had all this kind
Right.
of stuff. You get your swag.
Yeah, let me move the crossover out of the driveway.
Oh my God, it's always
yeah.
business with those people, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That would be like going to like lunch with a Mary Kay person.
Oh, it's insufferable, man. So I've got quite a few ex-students who've become one of two things. Some of them are realtors, and I do keep in touch with them, but they're always like, "Hey, if you want to sell your house," it's like, if I'm going to sell my house, I'm going to do it myself. All right, there is
It's
no
not hard
way
right now.
I am paying you 7%, let alone 9%. Okay,
You could stand
So-
out on your own front yard.
I could put a yeah, exactly.
With a poster
So
board.
yeah,
It's saying you want to buy my house. You'll probably get somebody. Will you sell?
yeah.
How much you want for it?
Well, my neighbors would probably come and ask me.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
By
Okay,
this point
yeah,
in time,
yeah.
it's probably some from realtors. If not, I'll go stand in your neighborhood.
Do you think you have dipshits coming and try to anchor you with something so below? It's like, I give you $5.
They might, but I don't know, man. Like some of the commercials that I've been hearing on the radio, because I do still listen to radio when I take my daughter to school or pick her up.
It's the last connection you have to that world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrestrial radio and
Terrestrial
that stuff,
radio. Yeah, but like there's realtors out there now who are like, I will give you market value for your house in cash right now. So, and it's like,
Christ.
I know. It's like, man, are you guys that desperate for listings? And the answer is
yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
quite.
So we had one place, it was two houses up from mine, went up for sale. I think it was an estate sale, but I'm not quite sure. We didn't know those people very well. But they had like some, rinky-dink realtor put out like, the little $5 yard sign.
Oh, yeah, with the balloons on the mailbox?
No, not even that, man. It
Oh,
was just
shit.
like really basic, like call this realty number. This is house for sale, call blah, blah, blah. Nothing.
Ask for Mike.
No like Remax or no like,
Yeah.
Century or whatever.
Yeah.
None of that shit. And so, like I'm sitting here like checking it out. I'm like, okay, well, it'll show up on Zillow in a couple days. Doesn't show up on Zillow. All right.
Oh, it's
so
a handshake deal then.
I don't even know if it was a handshake deal because now it does actually show up as sold. But the sign was up there for like maybe 3 days. And so if it was a handshake deal, I don't think the sign would be up there.
Just say, like,
So
isn't there a pretty big group now of people here in this city that are like they're essentially like playing matchmaker at this point because like they
Yeah, I
have a
think that's
group
what
of
they're
people
doing.
that are buying so they know and they have their client list. They come in there. It's like so it never really lists.
yeah, pocket listings.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
they call
what it's
it.
called. Yeah.
I don't know if that's like really going on that much or if it's just really that competitive. I also saw some ridiculous statistic that Colorado Springs has some like fucking 20,000 realtors so that are licensed. Now, granted, probably 80% of those are like the people who, I got my license, and I do it like, I do like a sale a year.
Yeah,
or I got it and
yeah.
I help my sister sell her house or something
Yeah.
like that. It's going to be something like that, not your professionals to go out there and pound pavement and stuff.
Right. Knock on
But
doors.
even with that being said, I've had students reach out to me. I've had people just randos on LinkedIn reach out to me and stuff like that. Just based upon like where I lived. More so than anything else. And like, oh well, and I still get those texts. I get a text like maybe I don't get them as often as I was like last fall, but I still get like a couple of them maybe a month where it's like, hey, I'm so and so. Nice to meet you. Are you interested in cash offer for your house? And it's like, no, and I'm not going to answer this. And no, you gotta understand that, when I get ready to sell, yeah, I'm not going to use a realtor. So I'm going to get an attorney to help me sell it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And
So
and you don't want to waste everybody's time because there's a part of you that, of course, every time is like, well, I don't know, $1 million.
well, an attorney will be cheaper. So I'll pay that guy $5,000, for a few hours worth of work.
Yeah.
So, rather than pay 6% to a realtor. I mean, that'd be the first thing that I would knock a realtor. So speaking of anchoring, if I had a realtor, if I was out there and I said, well, I'm going to sell my house. Okay. And we're like, well, okay, everything cool?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's like, well, okay, do you need a realtor? Yeah, sure. Let's sit down and sign your paperwork. Let me take a look at it. See this part where it says 6% commission? You get a half a point. So, you get a half a point, and that's just because I don't want to fill out the fucking paperwork. Okay? So, we cool with this? Yeah.
You're still getting paid just fine.
Yeah, you're getting paid just fine. So, but you get a half a point. So, and actually, I think you should make the other people pay that. You don't understand, man. So it's just way easier because I know that's coming up with my mom at her house eventually. You know. Yeah. I mean, it's hopefully it'll be a ways away because her knee surgery went really well. But
Nice.
yeah, she's actually doing really well. So she looks better. She doesn't look like she's in as much pain as she was before. Yeah, so she just looks better in general. But yeah, I know the minute that you know something happens to her, we're gonna get mobbed with fucking realtors up there because she lives in such a good spot, you know, for this town. So, you know, and I'm gonna be like, nope, not selling.
Buzz off.
Buzz off. So, but the other group is financial advisors. So I've got a ton of those who are just like constantly like, well, we should sit down and, you know, talk about your life plan and stuff. And it's like, no, actually, if you need a reference, you know, because you're a cool kid in school, stuff, that's great. But I can handle my own finances.
That's their thing is when they hire you on, you have to just like open your phone book.
Oh, that's right. You did that as an insurance, right?
I talked to one of them because I was gonna maybe do that, and they're just like, "Yeah, you gotta at least go through your whole phone book within like the first week."
Oh, really?
I'm just like, you call everybody you know to ask.
It's so dirty,
dude.
isn't it? It's so dirty.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
It's the same thing if you go sell Cutco knives or
right. You're hitting up.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they do is you, and that's on such a lower scale too, because it's not.
Let me take care of your future.
It's not even let me take care of your future. It's like, do you think that? What do you think about your own knives?
Right.
Because in the course of an afternoon, I became an expert.
Right, yeah. So, well, the same thing with like personal finance, man. It's like, I don't think you're necessarily experienced enough, considering you were asking me questions about like what a mutual fund is a year and a half ago. So, you know, no offense, but yeah. But you're right. They do sit down and make you do that.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I went to that interview and they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to do that," and I'm like, "I can't do that."
Yeah, no, I was never.
I'll call strangers. I can't open up my phone book and be like, "I'm gonna hit everybody." No.
Well, see, that's why when I did it, I got that job up north where it was all inbound calls and all you did was servicing. Yeah. That was totally different, you know. But still, at the same point in time, you probably don't make as much money as those guys who actually do go into their phone book. I know that, like, in my wife's family, she has a cousin who did the whole, like, shark vac thing, or what's the other one?
Oh, the not the Kirby's, but the...
Ooh, it might have been Kirby.
Because I know I had Kirby salesmen come to... No.
I know it's... Yeah, it's not Kirby.
It's not Hoover, it's not... It may Dyson. Have been Kirby. It wasn't Dyson. It was an old school
Bissell. I think he was one of those those upright. Yeah, so he was trying to sell carpet shampooers. That's what it was. So, and my mother-in-law, just being a sweetheart, was like, "Well, yeah, come on over and do the pitch." So, meanwhile, she has her brand new one out, right? You know, kind of thing. And she goes through the whole pitch, and she's like, "That's great. You know, you did a good job. Blah blah blah. What do you need me to sign?" He's like, "Well, are you gonna buy one?" And she's like, "No." You know? So, but I know that you need the contact, and so it was actually, oh, that's kind of sweet. You know,
gotcha.
No, that's cool and all, but and don't get me wrong, I have seen examples of guys who just torched it with that. They made just crazy money because it's hard.
Oh, it's very hard.
It is hard, and it's. I don't want to, you know, because I've messed around with this kind of stuff, and I never lasted more than a day. I'm like, this is not for me.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've got a couple of things. There were certain patterns that I noticed about the people who did well on this. Number one, they weren't ugly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but it is easier to get somebody's attention.
Yeah.
Get
right?
in the front door.
And if with certain things like this, the difference between doing well and doing awful was one sale a day. And
Yeah.
if that's something that got you in the front door,
Yeah.
the only reason I entertained the vacuum salesman was like, how can I help you?
Right.
Woman.
Right. Woman. Yeah.
You know, I get that. And so there was that. They were typically tall, and they had a certain they had that certain attitude of it's a game of numbers. The more people
Yeah.
that you reach out to, the more.
There was, when I was working on my MBA, I tell my students this story all the time. There was a guy there who kind of breaks the mold on this. All right?
Yeah?
Yeah, this dude. So I did an internship in marketing. That's where we did the thing where we like literally bait people with the Apple iPad.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So
the fishbowl.
put your card in the fishbowl and we'll random draw it. And it's like, no, we want to contact this guy. Yeah, it's completely cheesy bullshit. But anyway, so the company, it was a tech company, and it was run by this guy who was the inventor of the software. And so the software was just this piece of software that allowed legacy systems, COBOL system, to talk to any kind of object-oriented thing. This is late 90s, and so this was hot shit, right? There were like maybe 3 or 4 salespeople in the company, all right? And they were actually compensated based upon their sales, okay?
Yeah.
But we weren't selling to individuals, we were selling to large corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one guy at that point in time, and he was a really cool guy. He was a short, fat, kind of like dumpy looking, but like there was something about him that you could tell he was instantaneously friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be the kind of guy like, hey, I'm going to leave my wallet with you.
Danny
All right.
DeVito?
Well, kind of, but not as greasy.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway, he did the whole thing. He did a high school dropout, sold knives, then sold vacuums, then used cars, then new cars. Then he was a realtor for a while. Then he did commercial real estate, and then he started doing business to business products, and so he had been doing this for about 20 years at this point in time. And the guy just had the stupidest, friendliest face,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And so people would trust him right off the bat. And so when I was actually working there, and I was only interning there for like 6 months, all right, we pulled down a $30 million deal. Okay, $30 million deal. You know what his commission was? 20%.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He made way more than the CEO that year.
Goodbye.
Oh, no. This wasn't the first one he had done. So,
I am
and
done.
I mean, you
at
talk
that
about
point.
this little dude who's just like the most unassuming guy, the guy who would probably in his high school yearbook who's like most likely to fail and never get married. And he pulls down a fucking what is it? Yeah, 20%. That's 6
million.
mil. 6 mil that year on that deal.
In the 90s, too.
This is right at the height of the tech boom.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is right at the height of the tech boom.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and the CEO, the guy who invented the shit and everything, he was very clear about that. He's like, if you make me money, I'm going to make you money. So, and he had that incentive structure built in. That's why I only had 3 salespeople in the company. So,
You know what's funny is a lot of those places actually, they have caps for that reason,
they
too.
do.
Yeah.
They do. Well, and in terms of how many people you have, but also in terms of commish. But
Yeah.
it's also like, so that deal he had been working on it for about a year. So by the time I got there, and so they were in the process where they're going through the like final decision making on the entire thing and vetting everything and stuff. And we had engineers over there working on it and stuff, and we're on their piece at least. And so it's not like, I mean, still in a year and a half, that's pretty fucking sweet just for the ability to actually sell shit.
I would have worked on that deal for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about? And we're talking about like, do you really need 2 kidneys?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like it,
Yeah.
but do you need it? Like,
Yeah.
do you need it? Not want it. Do you need it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it was. I remember when I left that place because it was stupid.
You didn't seem to enjoy it.
No, I didn't enjoy it. I was the guy who had to screen all their leads and stuff, so I'd spend time like locked into the company's phone systems trying to figure out who's the CTO of fucking AIG or something. You know,
That's why you were fucking around emailing us the whole time.
that's when Mike and I made our version of Battleship that we could email
On
back
Excel,
and forth with
yes.
each other on Excel. Yeah. So, no, it was mind-numbing, grindy work.
You were trying to get fired, remember?
Well, I wasn't a permanent employee, so I knew I was not going to be there.
No,
So, yeah.
but that was, I think that was like, I remember Will's suggestion was just like leave a fish in your drawer.
Oh yeah.
And my answer was just keep saying the N-word. Like,
I do remember that now. Yeah. Just starts
going out of
like
style. It's like, and don't stop.
It don't stop. Yeah.
Oh.
You were on that email chain. Yeah, that's
remember that.
when you were working there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never tried to get fired.
Oh, I've tried. Yeah.
That's a tough question.
I don't know if you necessarily tried. You definitely put yourself into positions where you were easily fireable. So
Well, okay.
when you called your CEO moneybags, I think that was kind of like you
yeah,
letting everybody know exactly where you stood.
that's true. I had my arm around his shoulder when that happened too.
Did you?
Yeah, taking a picture.
Oh, nice.
Didn't come out, but
Oh, that's too bad.
I said, "Come here, money bags." I just kind of grabbed him and did this because we talked before.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, and also the when as soon as they changed the policy where as long as you logged out, right, it wouldn't count against your statistics. So yeah, I would log out for 45 minutes every morning and just hang out in the bathroom. And and then I would do that and then go to my first break and then I'd go cheat FMLA.
Oh, that's right. That's when you're on FMLA.
I did legitimately have back problems, but I totally exploited that system.
Yeah.
I just hated it at that.
That
point.
you're getting pretty salty about that job.
I was mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was mad.
I think and that was before you worked on a rig, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I think the last time when I was salty on a job was when I taught at that first school. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lawsuit University.
Lawsuit University. Yeah. Debt forgiveness. You.
Yeah.
So.
Who's suing?
Oh, the company's long gone. This
Oh.
is a for-profit college, so it's thankfully long buried.
We are talking about. You guys had the most ghetto ass offensive commercials I've ever seen.
They were terrible.
And I am talking about.
And then the entire industry started copying them. So,
I know.
yeah, it was great.
It was crazy to see actual TV stations where just what would be cartoonish voices, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they just like, yo, man, it's like, I'm trying to get an education and shit.
Did you ever see that Chappelle stand-up that he did on that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
oh, it's
I
fucking
did.
great. Yeah.
They did. They went all out. And it's
Yeah.
funny, like, because I know how they do casting. Those weren't actual, like, thugs. Those were dudes who, like, went to NYU or some.
Right. They went to Juilliard. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you were talking about, like, upscale music theater dance guys, right? We're talking about dudes who probably, like,
Yeah.
are backup singers in, like, Broadway, but you're doing a commercial and they put you in a parking lot and dress you. They say, like, put on this basketball uniform. No, more ghetto. More ghetto.
More ghetto.
And then they'd run the commercial. It's like, man, I'm tired of like flipping them motherfucking burgers and shit, man. It's like, it's motherfucking education, fucking smarten up, fucking, you know. And now, granted,
Smarten up.
it obviously the swearing was out, but
It was all implied.
it was rotten. I was like, it's
Dude, you know what's bad about those is they were fucking effective. They worked so
Right.
well. You know how
Right.
many students
Really?
I had who were like, "Oh, I saw it on TV, and this is great." You know, I mean, it was somebody there had marketing chops that just could not be messed with at the time.
Wow.
It worked so fucking good, and they would put it at like I mean, like during poverty years, you know, when you and I were unemployed, it was like
10 to 2.
10 to 2 in the morning.
yeah.
It was like, cause yeah, I was like, well, I'm fucking unemployed one more day. I better get up and watch The Price is Right. It'd be in the first commercial break.
Oh yeah,
So,
dude, they would hit Maury really hard.
Maury, yeah,
They'd hit Divorce Court hard. They would.
yeah. Judge Joe Brown. Yeah, and then it would start up all over again at night.
Yeah.
So you'd be sitting there watching
11 or
Adult
something.
Swim, and they just pound the cables. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You're either unemployed or stoned or both.
stoned or both. Yeah. So
I can't believe that was a thing. It's so true. It's
it works so good. So
the last time that I was really watching TV, like daytime TV, right? The new hotness at that time were ads for rehab centers.
oh yeah, they're still on there.
Are they still?
They're still on there. Yeah. Now, okay, so I watch Power Lunch, all right, when I get up.
Okay.
And so CNBC, it's all medications.
There's lots.
It's all fucking medications.
Oh,
now. Yeah.
okay.
But during the local news, absolutely. So you'll see that shit. And then especially when it flips off, like, well, the View's early in the morning. There's one that comes on in the afternoon that's just stupid. But that's where you start seeing the rehab commercials and shit. So,
I haven't seen the rehab commercials in a long time.
yeah, there's a few of them. So
They were hitting it hard when I was last watching that, and I
the
was
Colorado Quit line, that's the other one that's on there all the time. So because they know that you're spending your fucking welfare on cigarettes. So,
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I do remember the medical ones and stuff like that. And you know, for a while there were other ones that made sense. Like the 10 to 2 also had a lot of like come to truck driving school.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
what was the place that actually they focused on teaching like automotive repair?
ITT.
Okay, yeah.
They were
yeah.
just as bad, dude. They were so crooked. So yeah, they took a year and a half to go down. So, but they finally did.
Were
So-
they supposed to go down?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, they charge you about like 8 times as much as community college. So,
Ooh.
oh yeah, you go to
Christ.
community college, you get your ASC certification. So, or at least back then you could. I don't know. So you could get pretty close to it.
Wow.
Okay, well, you guys are still sort of active TV watchers. Does the National American University still?
No, that's gone.
They're gone?
They're gone. Yeah.
Oh.
They got all of them are gone. The only one that's left is University of Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's still out there, and CTU. CTU is still out there. Colorado Tech. So
Oh, okay.
they're still out
Okay.
there. I've been to their campus a couple times.
Does
It looks like a shopping mall. Yeah. But so does community college. So you know, it's the community college looks kind of like a prison. The one down south, yeah. But it's all built out of cinder blocks. It's great. The one up north is kind of nice. So.
is the number for JG Wentworth still 877?
I
cash
don't
now?
know. I have not seen a JG Wentworth commercial in a long time.
I don't think I've
I
seen
think they got
J.J.
sued.
Wentworth, but I've seen other ones that
Yeah.
are still doing those
Really?
things. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen one of their commercials in a long time.
The cancer ones like mesothelioma.
Oh,
still
yeah.
go.
Those are always on.
Yeah.
Frank Azar is always on there. So the
Yeah.
strong arm. Now he's like his latest batch of commercials is all about military veterans. We've got a 3-star general on retainer who can walk you through all of your military issues related to your car wreck. And it's like, God dang, man! I know you eat steak and lobster every night, but just please stop. You know?
Just- you look at that dude's breadth of work and you're like, nobody's going to attend your funeral. They're going to bury you naked in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Very naked.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, we got our local guys, the two, what is it? The two guys?
The McDivots.
The McDivots, yeah.
Okay.
So I noticed they had a fucking commercial with, this is a blast from the past. They got a billboard down south that's got them with Paul Tuttle in it. Do you remember Paul
Paul
Tuttle?
Tuttle. What? I know that name. Where do I know you
OCC
from?
Choppers. So Paul, the dad.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
right.
like,
yeah.
how the fuck are you still a celebrity, man? Who would pay you for this?
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was
okay,
like
okay.
that show's been gone since like 2005. You know, so you know, I mean, it was like you couldn't get like I don't know. There's got to be some Broncos around here somewhere. You know? So maybe not Peyton, but you could probably find somebody. So,
Well, who's a real D-lister Denver Bronco?
Denver
right
Bronco
now?
D-lister?
Can you give me somebody off special teams only?
How about Clarence K?
Clarence K, that's perfect.
Oh, you're going legacy? Oh, okay. I didn't know we could do that.
Oh, you mean a current one?
Yes.
Yeah, they had some.
You can probably get the horse.
But you'd go legacy.
Well, this is what I'm
Throw
talking
the
about.
name on there.
Is Rod Smith was loved around here, and he
Yeah.
was slinging blackjack pizza.
That's right.
Stick with the home team.
I think they could. The McDivitt's could probably get Rod.
They could probably.
Yeah.
Rod Smith is beloved, man.
Yeah.
I still hear he has a commercial for selling like at-home gym products.
So he's still available.
I think he's
Okay.
available.
All right. So why they have like fucking Paul Tuttle, on there from that broke ass show?
You know, I can tell you why.
Why?
Somebody in the family is married to somebody that knows him. That's it.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
got to be the
okay.
only reason.
So there's an inside connection there somewhere. Yeah.
It'd just be like, would you mind?
Yeah, I think that's actually.
That is a friends and family endorsement if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, because it's so rando, you
Yeah.
know? Because, I mean, that's not even like.
What's this got to do with what you're doing?
Well, exactly. It's not even talking about motorcycle law or anything like that.
There ain't no way that you run in the same circles. Yeah.
No.
It was
Those guys
funny.
are in New York.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, it was funny. This is something. I'm not sharing any details about a student of mine, but I did talk to you about some of the ones that immigrated from Russia to Israel and then to the United States.
Oh, okay.
And we were just. This is actually she's an older one, and we were just talking about the difference between being Jewish in Israel and being Jewish in the United States. And she went off on American Jews in like the funniest way ever.
Why?
This is in California,
Okay.
right? And she just like would not let up for a minute. She's just picking on these status-seeking Jewish parents, right?
Uh-huh.
Where it's just they don't care. The only thing they care about is letting you know where they're vacationing.
Oh. Okay.
And it was funny because that's what she was saying. Like, but everybody gets the hookup around here because everybody knows everybody.
Oh, got it.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Small communities. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just funny. She was just dogging on him. I was like, man, you're really letting them have it.
Yeah. Were any of them on San Francisco school board? That's okay. We'll have you a job at Facebook. I'm sorry, Meta next week.
Did you see that guy?
Who? Zuck?
No, not Zuck. His one of his executive goons that got caught in a fucking pedophile sting.
What? No, I didn't see this.
Yeah.
Does that cause their stock?
Is that why
drop
people in
even
Meta
more?
don't have pants?
What I'm laughing, Patrick. I don't know what to tell you, man. They are turning over far too many rocks that show pedophile stuff underneath. It is disgraceful that we live in a society where Ghislaine Maxwell's Black Book was sealed.
Was sealed.
Yes.
What do you mean sealed?
That information is not to be released to the public. She was found
I thought
guilty.
it was missing.
No, they haven't. It was
Who has it?
the court. They ordered
court
it
has
sealed.
it. Okay.
Yes, they have it, but they ordered it sealed.
Yeah. I'm glad they have it though.
Oh yeah,
Because I thought for a while that the story was that, so the FBI got the tapes from the Epstein raid, but they were not under the warrant, and so they had to give them back, and so then they went missing, like, you know, nobody knew where they were. But oh, actually, that would be Epstein's tape. This has nothing to do with her black book. Come to think of it.
Right. So
Yeah.
this was they have it. They have all the names, but they ordered it sealed.
Why? Yeah,
Society would crush.
I don't know. So I bet you there's a reason why.
Too many high-powered people.
See, the whole Ghislaine Maxwell thing was not well covered in the press, so I'm
No,
very
They didn't allow it.
very
They
suspicious.
were very hush hush about the whole thing. And yeah, they telling you they straight up had the book. They have all the names. They said we will not release this. We have to
Yeah.
order it sealed. And the only possible reason is to protect names that are in there.
Oh, maybe. So I don't know. So I'm glad they have it though. So see, that's what I was worried about, was they actually gave it back to her. So
Well, it doesn't matter. She's in prison.
yeah, but she's gonna have to have a retrial anyway, because that whole shit with the fucking jury. So
I suppose so, but
yeah,
Still.
she'll totally get an appeal on that one. We'll have to see. Maybe the book will come out then. Who knows?
no. If there's any danger of that, she'll hang in her prison cell before that happens.
That's possible. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how deep that one goes. It's really a question that needs to be answered eventually though, because it's like it's essential to like what kind of state do we actually live in, you know?
Well,
So
what you're really asking yourself is, if they had camera phones following around the Rat Pack, would we have known about this? I think so. I think
Probably.
this has been going on
Yeah.
for the longest amount of time.
yeah, but I mean, but the real question is like, how pervasive is it, and how common is it, or is it concentrated just within very small circles? So I guess that's the question that actually needs to be answered by all this shit. And so, you know, that's why, yeah, it was really stupid that the FBI fucked that up and had to actually give the tapes back. And of course, the guy's got Alan Dershowitz as his fucking attorney, so who's involved in the entire thing. You know, it's just crazy. But like, I don't know. I think someone's gonna burn for it, and my money's on Bill Gates. I think he's the easiest one to stab.
Wow.
No, the easiest one to stab is Bill Clinton.
I don't know about that. He might be too big to stab. So,
Bullshit.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. So
No, man. He is not protected the same way that he was a few years ago.
that's true.
He has become persona non grata
Yeah.
in the left.
Well, and he would okay, so yeah, he might actually be a little easier to take down, because like I guarantee you that where the Secret Service goes and stuff like that, that is known, you know. Yeah.
Well, they have his. I mean, it's not just the book. It's they have his name in the flight logs and stuff. So I mean,
Yeah, I know that, but that doesn't, we need more people like the red-haired chick to come out and like finger people, and then you just saw that Prince Andrew fucking paid her off. So
yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like, so if you're asking how pervasive this is, I mean, I feel like there are plenty of dudes and women that aren't involved in this kind of nonsense.
Sure.
Right. But I also feel like you're never too far away in that society from knowing somebody who can hook you up, if you're interested.
in that one, probably. The question is like, how big is it? I mean, is it like, how pervasive is it really? So if you take like 100 people who would be considered elite, is this like 2 or is this like 50? That's the question that needs to be answered by all of this. So, you know, I don't know the answer to that. I don't think it's answerable at the moment. I think her black book could probably help a little bit. I think the Epstein
it's a
tapes will
great place
definitely-
to start.
Huh?
Yeah. It's definitely a great place to start.
Yeah, I think we're gonna know. So it might take a little while, but it's a big enough thing. It's gathered enough attention, you know, from people who are like, "Oh, the fuck is this?" You know, kind of thing. That some special prosecutor somewhere, some FBI agent, somebody's gonna make a career out of it and bust it open. So at some point in time, especially once some of these people start dying, then it'll be much easier to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the problem. People don't want them when they're dead. It's
Oh, I don't know, man. You're gonna tell me like right now? So like, if we actually had like exactly how Jack Ruby was involved with fucking Lee Harvey Oswald, that people wouldn't be interested in that. They're
Make a
both dead.
newspaper for about a week.
Oh yeah, but then you get a whole ton of like History Channel shows out of it.
They're dying for that.
Are you kidding me? That would mean they'd have to fucking reschedule a fucking Nazi knife show.
Oh yeah, we can't take.
They
nothing
have
there.
their ratings monsters.
Don't get rid of Ancient Aliens, so
Aliens.
that's history.
That's history.
Ancient history.
So it is a weird thing when something called the History Channel looks at a cross section of a market and they say, "What intersects with history and stoners?" And it lasts
We're out of World War II footage.
because you have a lot of people that are high at noon and they're watching that show and they're just saying, "Yeah, it could be."
Could
I bet it
be.
is.
Yeah.
I bet it
Those
is.
are definitely flying saucers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, do you see this? Mm-hmm. Look at this thing they carved on this Mayan temple.
Oh right.
It looks totally like a flying saucer.
Yeah. Look at these things. They're not birds that we carved into the plains down here. So they're, and we couldn't do this with just like string. And so they had to be blasted from lasers in space.
And people definitely did not have imaginations then. So
Right.
there's no way that they could
Right.
make anything up.
Yeah.
This is all fact.
Yeah. Yeah, pyramids are perfectly level too, man. There's no way they had the technology to actually build a cofferdam and like use water to level it out. That's fucking impossible. Yeah.
There's some of the ones on there that I'm like, interesting.
Oh, they're
But-
great, man. So, but it's just brain candy.
But I just
So-
love how every time they're always has the question go, could this be?
Oh yeah.
It definitely is.
Right.
Oh,
You need
the
to ask the
ancient theorists
question.
definitely believe.
Yeah. If you need to ask the question in a show like that, the answer is yes.
It always is.
yeah.
They're never like, gotcha. This one,
Right, yeah.
dude, you really fell for
Right.
that one?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, like,
Yeah.
they're the opposite of headlines. So if you see a question, a headline, the answer is almost always no. All right? So, but in a show like that, if they start out, did aliens visit ancient Egypt? So then if they answer, like, they're not going to say, like, within the first
Say
5 seconds
yes.
that episode, they're like, no, actually, no. Go to your commercial break now.
Well, they learned their lesson. I mean, that was the everybody has still been learning from Geraldo Rivera's visit into Al Capone's vault.
What?
Oh, you don't
remember
What is this?
way back when? Like it was like the #1 TV
Huge.
thing.
This was the mid '80s.
it was live. It was
Mid-8? No, I don't
Yeah.
remember this.
This was live.
Al Capone's fault?
So-
What was in it?
A couple of empty bottles,
it was nothing. It was just like broken.
and they did it live, and they were going to go in there, and that was going to be the big shocking moment, right?
Right.
And Geraldo Rivera's there. They open it up. There's like a couple of empty bottles and like a slip of paper. Totally empty.
Awesome.
Biggest fucking cock tease in history, and people were pissed.
Yeah, I'll
which
bet,
is why
yeah.
everything else since then has been, we got to open it up first.
Yeah.
You have to act surprised,
Yeah.
which is why it always breaks my heart. But for the, I don't know, 6 weeks, I was thinking like, yeah,
Storage Wars.
I can buy storage
Oh,
units.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Fucking phony. Now I'm on the inside.
Fakey fake.
Triple phony.
Yeah.
It's like, because not only is it that, now they're telling you what to say.
Oh, right, yeah.
Although, that being said, one of the greatest things that I have seen, right, is having now worked on several episodes of Chopped. Actually, many. Those judges talk mad shit when they are not on the cameras.
Oh, Chopped.
Yes. That is
Do they
delightful.
still have the host? Isn't he the gay guy from Queer Eye?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
It
I always
turns out
liked him.
He's awesome, and
Yeah.
he's like the dude that like advocates for, like, because the producers are always like making him like send out and ask questions like while they're cooking,
Yeah.
and you hear he's like, fucking pisses me off that they send us out to bother these guys. They're trying to cook something in 30 minutes, and you're sending us out. He's just like, no, go ahead, go ask your stupid questions, right? You hear him, like, I'm not supposed to type. This is open bracket chatter.
Chatter, close bracket. Yeah.
But yeah, seeing the other judges, like, when they're not talking, the fuck is he doing, right? And this was one of the funnier insights was, one of the judges, they had this thing on where they were they're running the competition for like potential employees in their restaurants, right? And this was just a behind the scenes thing because whoever wins gets to choose which one of the judges they're going to work with, right? And they're interviewing one of the. Do you remember when you used to watch it? There was kind of like a pudgy Indian girl. Mm-hmm. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so they're asking her like why they should choose her, right? And she's making some jokes, but what she says is like, you shouldn't pick me. It's like, and she's pointing to the other guy. She's like, I'd want to work in his restaurant. I want to work in his restaurant. I want to be a sous chef in his restaurant. Yeah. It was like, wow, there is that much of a disparity.
So, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I mean it's like business. They were also like commenting. They're like, we can't find employees. They were like, I don't care who wins this. I'll hire anybody.
Got it. Yeah.
They're like, we can't find workers. I'm like, this is fascinating.
That is kind of.
I'm not supposed to know this.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to talk about this.
I've heard that. Yeah. Yeah. Chatter. All right, guys, we're at $1.35.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, we don't have any football. There's no football.
All right. Unless you want to delve into picks for next season, who's going to be in next year's Super Bowl?
It all depends on who gets the quarterbacks.
Where's Aaron Rodgers going?
Hope Denver.
You hope Denver. Where do you think he's going to go?
Denver.
Saying it twice doesn't make it happen.
Denver.
Yeah, there we go. 3 times. Yeah. So I don't want that crybaby within 70 miles of me.
I want a winning season, god damn it.
He's not going to give it to you.
We might lose in the playoffs, but we'll have a winning season.
Oh, a winning season. I thought you meant like a Super Bowl ring.
I'm cool with just
not sucking.
Just not sucking.
Yeah, okay.
It's been 6 years of pure garbage. And like the most boring offense in football.
Do we have a new coach?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
okay.
Packers offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But
doesn't Aaron Rodgers want to bring like 2 other dudes with him or something?
We got the cap space.
Do we?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We're one of like 4 teams.
Does that mean we knock anybody who's really cool out of the team?
Might be like Bradley Chubb, maybe Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah,
I like Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
Why? He's hurt all the time.
I love his name.
Oh, well, okay. But yeah, so whatever. Draft picks, whatever. Throw it out there.
All right.
We're good.
You want Rodgers.
I want Rodgers.
Okay. So you're sending Denver to the Super Bowl on the AFC side. Who are they playing on the NFC?
Not the Packers.
Okay, so
that's pretty good. Yeah.
So pick from one of the other 15 teams.
49ers. No, they're going to Trey Lance. He can't win his first year. Vikings.
That's pretty solid.
Vikings.
Vikings. Hasn't been done before.
No, it would have if Gary Anderson wouldn't have missed a field goal.
That did happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Pat, who do you got?
Huh?
Pick to next year's Super Bowl lineup.
Next year's Super Bowl lineup?
No.
Oh, I don't know enough about football. This is just completely rando. I don't think Denver's going to be there. Tom Brady's retiring. I could almost see the Patriots.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of wrong picks for me next year.
Yeah. I could almost see them. They look good.
Who are they playing in the NFC then?
In the NFC?
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe the Cowboys.
Oh, interesting. I'm not watching. Not watching.
Yeah, it's
burn. And yourself?
I am going. Bills Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Kyler Murray's like losing his brain.
So,
I kind of agree with you on the Bills.
I could see.
Well,
Yeah, I can see you on the Bills. Yeah.
I just don't see. I wanted to pick the Patriots, I do, but I just don't see. Unless it would have to be the move. So basically, right now, I think the Patriots are a real receiver away from having a dangerous core.
Yeah.
Where if they have an A+ talent, then the rest of those losers will actually step up their game, and they're not bad. They're just. Nobody draws, significant coverage. They don't have a Gronk. They don't have a anybody that's dangerous. So, given how surprisingly disciplined Mac Jones is in his first year and his weird-looking head and strange facial expressions, where I can't tell that dumb look on his face is either he is constantly doing mental calculus or like. Beefaroni.
I think he's just poorly drawn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The Matrix got it
Yeah,
wrong.
that is true. Mac Jones was rendered on the Nintendo 64. So,
Yeah. I'm sure he was in GoldenEye. Yeah.
so, but if they pick up a solid, like a good wide receiver, and I hear they're working on it, then I could put them there. If not, Bills should have been there
I should have.
this year.
Yeah.
They really are the
I
best,
agree with
most
you.
complete team. Yeah. And the NFC,
Who the hell cares?
well, I keep arguing that they need to contract that entire conference every year. It just doesn't happen. And they won this year, which is stupid. So, fuck that. I'm not saying that the Rams are going to repeat. I don't think so.
Well, LA still wouldn't love them. So
No.
Okay, did you see the reporter fall in front of Matt Stafford?
I saw that on this thing on
Oh my god.
where he just completely turned his back on it.
Yeah, so he's like literally him and his wife are talking to a reporter photographer,
Yeah.
and she takes a step back and like it looks like a trap door opens and she just like boom, gone. And
he just
Stafford sees it and he goes, "Oh my god!" and turns around and his wife is just like, "Oh my!" And so like he's just like walking away and his wife is like over there trying to help her and she like broke her spine.
Yeah.
Really?
And he just walked away. Yeah. It was so classy.
Dude, it is like you would have looked at like a scumbag with no heart. Like, I mean, your instant reaction should be,
Are you okay?
or
Yeah.
like just putting a hand out,
Right.
not going, "Oh my god," and like it looked like he was like almost chuckling, like, "Oh my god."
It's a really bad look. You should go.
Is
check
it really?
Oh.
Who is that one dipshit reporter who let himself get tased and...
Oh, Chris. What the fuck was his name? He was on Chris Chavit. No, I can't remember his name.
You remember?
I know. Yeah, he had the afternoon block. When,
Yeah.
he was hot shit for a little while.
He thought he was a tough guy.
Yeah, and then he.
Yeah.
Ow, 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 ow. Yeah. He actually got run out of CNN when they started going crazy. So.
Oh, just recently?
Oh no, this is like 7 years ago.
Because they're kind of cleaning house now, too.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they were all fucking each other apparently. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, so Cardinals.
Cardinals
Yeah.
it is.
There you go. Cardinals.
Alrighty,
All right. So I'm Pat
I will.
I'm Jeffrey. Bills versus Cardinals.
hitting the button.